This is the discussion for the 1993 A level optics structural essay. Optics structural essay. Right. Let's have a look. This is 1993 exam paper. Structural essay number 3. Structural essay number 3. Right. An object O and screen S is placed 800 millimeters apart. A converging lens is moved between them until a clear image of the object is obtained on the screen. Right. So it's a very famous question. So what's happening is there's an object here and there's a screen there and the lens is moved. Distance between them 800 millimeters between the object and the screen. Between the object and the screen. They are saying the converging lens is moved between until clear image of the object is formed on the screen. The position of the lens is then changed and another clear image is formed. The two positions are 400 milliliters or millimeters apart. Right. There you go, two positions. If you look at these two positions, they are 400 millimeters apart. 400 millimeters apart. Right. Here you go to the question. Suggest a suitable object for this experiment. Now remember, we want to allow light to travel through. If you just allow the normal light to pass through, it's difficult to make an image. So what we normally use is a illuminated or self-illuminated ruler. So we can see the magnification. So here the first answer there, self-illuminated ruler will be the best. Self-illuminated ruler will be the best. Part B. State with reasons which of the question gives a larger image. Remember, this occurs because of the reversibility of light. If this is U, that's going to be V. Similarly, if the object distance is V, the image distance is U. So out of this, which will give a larger image, all of you all know linear magnification. Linear magnification is image distance over object distance. Larger the image distance, larger the magnification. Therefore, position L will give a higher magnification. Okay, let's write. We need to obtain a greater magnification. We need to obtain a greater magnification. We need to obtain a greater linear magnification. Therefore, it must have a larger image distance and smaller object distance. It must have a larger image distance and smaller object distance. Okay. Third one. Which of the lens positions gives a brighter image? So if it's closer to the screen, most of the light rays will be focused on the screen. Far away from the screen, light rays might disperse. Therefore, part C, the answer is position M. Position M. You can write the reason also. Right there. The closer the lens is towards the screen, the closer the lens is to the screen, the closer the lens is to the screen, the lesser the dispersion of light, the lesser the dispersion of light, the lesser the dispersion of light, therefore more light rays will converge to the screen. Therefore, more light rays will converge to the screen. Therefore, more light rays will converge to the screen. Therefore, we can obtain a brighter image. We can obtain a brighter image. Part D. Calculate the focal length of the converging lens. Calculate the focal length of the converging lens. Look at the board very carefully. Part D. U plus V, we know 800 millimeters. Also, if this is V, this is U. V minus U is 400 millimeters. Be a bit careful. If I add both the equations, what will I get? 2V is 1200, V is 600 millimeters. If V is 600 millimeters, therefore U is equal to 200 millimeters. U is equal to 200 millimeters. So now we can apply Lenz's equation 1 over V minus 1 over U equal 1 over F. Don't forget sign convention. Apply for this. All measurements are taken from the optical center opposite to the direction light travels. All measurements are positive. In the direction light travels, don't forget light is traveling in that direction. You want that converge and show. There you go. Light is traveling in that direction. All measurements are negative. Minus 600. Focal length. Whatever we don't know, don't put sign convention. Common denominator 600. Minus 1, minus 3, 1 over F. Minus 4 over 600, 1 over F. F is equal to minus 150 millimeters. Minus 150 millimeters. Minus 150 millimeters. Okay? Right now? Right. What is the minimum distance between the object and the screen for this experiment to be possible? What's the minimum distance between the object and the screen for this experiment to be possible? This is your part E question. Part E question. Remember, there is a rule. Using differentiation, you can prove this. Or further mathematics, a bit of algebra. But for physics, just remember the distance between the object and the screen. This is part E. For a real image to form, the distance D should be greater or equal to 4 times the focal length. The distance should be greater or equal 4 times focal length. Therefore, the minimum distance will be 4 times F. 4 times F is 4 times 150, 600 millimeters. Correct? The distance here is greater than 4 times F. So, minimum distance for a real image to form in two positions like this. The distance is going to be greater or equal to 4F. Minimum distance is 4F. Okay? Right. Okay. You are provided part F with a diverging length of focal length FD, diverging length of focal length FD. Larger in magnitude than that of the convex lens, larger focal length. Draw in the space given below a complete diagram of the arrangement you use in order to find the focal length using the above method. You may change the distance between O and S to the new value, 3 centimeters. Right. Now what happens is they have given you a diverging lens now. But remember they have given you a small hint. Focal length of the diverging lens is small. Larger. Focal length of the diverging lens is larger than the convex lens. This is part F. Focal length of the diverging lens is larger than the convex lens. Therefore, power of the diverging lens is smaller than the power of the convex lens. Right. Effective power will be convex. Effective power will be convex. This is power of diverging lens. Power of diverging lens. Power of diverging lens. Power of converging lens. Power of converging lens. Power of converging lens. Look at the book. Some people don't know the power. Power is equal to minus, or power is equal, definition 1 over. Smaller focal length means greater power. Smaller focal length means greater power. Right. So what I can do is now I can put the convex lens and the concave lens together. Put the convex lens and the concave lens together. So that the effective will be convex. The effective will be convex. New object distance, new image distance. Similarly, you can change the position here. This is V1, then this will be U1. Okay. There you go. So what are they asking? Draw in the space given below the complete diagram of the arrangement. Combine lengths. Okay. What measurements do you take to find FD? What measurements do you take to find FD? Well, in this case, you just need to find what U1 and V1. No? If you know U1 and V1, you can find the effective focal length. If you know the effective focal length of convex lens, anyway you know, focal length of diverging lens you can find. You need to measure the object distance and the image distance. You need to measure the object distance and the image distance. Or in other words, you can write like this also. Measure the distance between the object and the screen. Measure the distance between the object and the screen. Like this, because we found earlier was like this. Measure the distance between the object and the screen. Measure the distance between the object and the screen. And measure the distance between the two positions. And measure the distance between the two positions. And measure the distance between the two positions. Okay, no? Measure the distance between the object and the screen. And measure the distance between the two positions. Where the lenses can be placed. Where the combined lens can be placed. Where the combined lens can be placed. Where the combined lens can be placed to obtain a real image. To obtain a real image. Roman 3. Write the additional equation that you will need to calculate the focal length of the diverging lens. Identify all the additional symbols that you have been used in your equation. So remember, I will just show you because I think you need to know this. This is part F, Roman number 3. Part F, Roman number 3. So you know this. U1 plus V1 equal capital D. V1 minus U1 is simple D. We can find U1, V1 and effective focal length. Effective focal length. So effective focal length or equivalent focal length is focal length of diverging lens plus focal length of convex lens. So the symbols that I have used here in this additional equation, FC, focal length of convex lens is already given. FEQ is effective focal length. Effective focal length. Effective focal length of combined lens. Of combined lens. Okay, no? Effective focal length of combined lens. So these are equations. One no effective focal length is one no focal length of diverging lens plus one no focal length of convex lens. Okay, right. Part G. This method cannot be used with diverging lens having focal length less than the convex lens. Correct? Part G. If the diverging lens had lesser focal length, the power of the diverging lens will be greater than the power of the convex. If it's greater than the power of the convex, the effective will be divergent. Therefore, effective focal length effective focal length will be divergent. So this part G is correct. Effective focal length will be divergent. If the effective focal length is divergent, you can't form a real image. So you can write it. Focal length of diverging is less than focal length of convex means power of diverging is more than power of convex. That means the effective focal length is diverging. If the effective focal length is diverging, we cannot form a real image. Right there. This means the effective focal length will be divergent. The effective focal length will be divergent. The effective focal length will be divergent. Therefore, we cannot form a real image on the screen. Therefore, we cannot form a real image on the screen. Okay, right. So the most important point here is, if the distance capital D is greater or equal to 4f, a real image can form on the screen. These are the summary points that you can take. D should be greater or equal to 4f, focal length of effective lens. Then you will form real image on screen. Real image on the screen. How many questions are there? 2 positions to form a real image. Why 2 questions? Reversibility of light. Object distance, image distance. If I keep the object here, image is there. If that is your object distance, image distance will be here. The closer the lens is to the object, greater magnification. The further away the lens is to the object, but diminished image. Diminished image. Don't forget. Also, don't forget, the closer it is to the screen, the more brighter it is. Why? Here the light rays have to travel far away to the lens, far away to the screen. So dispersion of light is more, loss of energy of light is more. But closer the lens to the screen, lesser distance to travel, therefore more light rays will hit the screen, less dispersion, therefore more brighter image. More brighter image. I will add one more point to your knowledge here when I discuss this. You can also find a relationship between the magnifications. Now if I take the object height here as h, is something additional. Object height h, image height h dash. Same object height h, image height h double dash. Look at the book. We know image distance over object distance, v1 over u1 is image height over object height. We also know image distance over object distance is image height over object height. If I multiply the first equation by the second, multiply both, v1 over u1, u1 over v1 is h dash over h, h double dash over h. v1, v1, u1, u1 cancel out. H dash into h double dash over h square cross multiply. H square is h dash into h double dash. H is square root h dash into h double dash. That means if I know both the image heights, I multiply both of them and take the square root, I can find the object height. Okay, no? So this is something additional which you will also learn from this practical. Okay. This concludes 1993 optic structure essay, question number 3.